Oh, they said that Caitlyn got it for clapping. And so I guess that's taunting. And then I was talking to the officials about it when the other stuff happened, so I didn't really see exactly what was happening at the time. But look, like, it's competitive sport. Like, so that stuff happens. I felt like the officials did a good job, after everything of getting it under control. I appreciate the way they called it after that, certainly. But as a group, we have to be able to have our moment and then regroup and play with poise and composure. It can't continue to.
The story took another turn after the game when reporters asked Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White about Clark's fifth technical foul. With Clark publicly criticizing the call and now moving closer to a potential suspension, many fans expected a strong defense from her coach. Instead, White's response was measured and restrained. She did not launch into a public criticism of the officials or forcefully challenge the technical foul. As a result, Clark's post-game comments became the strongest reaction to the situation. That approach sparked debate among fans. Some felt White should have been more vocal in defending her star player, especially given the significance of the call and its potential consequences. Others argued that coaches often choose their words carefully in public, preferring to address officiating concerns privately rather than risk fines or further controversy. Still, the reaction online was swift. Many fans believed the moment called for a stronger show of support, particularly with Clark now carrying 5 technical fouls on the season. Whether fair or not, the discussion quickly shifted from the call itself to how the organization responded to it.
Stress enough how much I hate Stephanie White. Like, it is not one of these things where it's like, oh, you're I think she's a sabotaging Caitlyn, all this stuff. Like, I'm not gonna go that far. Albeit, if you are someone that's gone that far, I am not gonna stop you. I'm not gonna stop you. I think trying to believe that someone is a good person is not a bad mentality to have towards things, but I will stand by this. I hate her.
For some fans, the frustration goes beyond the recent technical foul. They point to earlier moments this season where they felt Caitlyn Clark was left to handle disputed calls without much visible support from the bench. One example came during a June 2026 game against the Atlanta Dream. Clark was called for her 5th foul while defending Jordan Canada on a drive to the basket, a decision she clearly disagreed with. After the whistle, she immediately looked toward the bench, appearing to hope for a coach's challenge. The challenge never came, the foul stood, and Clark's frustration was obvious. To be fair, coaches have to be selective with their challenges. They consider timing, available evidence, and the possibility of needing that challenge later in the game. But from the perspective of many fans, the moment stood out because Clark appeared to be looking for support, and the coaching staff chose not to intervene. Viewed on its own, it was simply a strategic decision. Viewed alongside other controversial moments this season, however, it has become part of a larger discussion about whether Clark is receiving enough public backing when disputes with officials arise.
And everybody else on the other team didn't get a technical foul. If we're handing out technical fouls for clapping, how come I got a technical and nobody else did? Gerda. Oh, you just don't like competitive basketball then? Oh, okay. Interesting. And then she says, I want the league to review it and get back to me. I want the league to review it and get back to me. Let me know why you decided to give me a technical, and hopefully it makes some sense to me.
This is the question the basketball world is now being forced to confront, and neither possible answer is reassuring. Either referee Gerda Gatling and some of her colleagues are applying a different standard to Caitlyn Clark than they apply to other players, suggesting a specific bias against her. Or they simply dislike the emotional, competitive, and expressive way Clark plays the game. The first possibility would mean officiating has become personal and targeted. The second may be even more troubling. It would suggest that the people responsible for protecting the integrity of competition are penalizing the very qualities that make basketball compelling: passion, emotion, and the intensity of a competitor who cares deeply about every possession. These are the qualities fans come to see. They are not flaws in the game, they are part of what makes it great. If referees are effectively officiating that competitive fire out of the sport, treating passion as a problem to be controlled rather than a strength to be embraced, then the league faces an issue that extends far beyond a single questionable call on a Monday night.
How was she taunting them, clapping? You can't even find her in the video. Like, you can't even find her on the video clapping in anyone's face. You can't find her on the video. I mean, if you can find the video for me, if someone has the video, send it to me. I want to see it, because I did not see video of her clapping in anyone's face, because it was Sophie Cunningham that was doing all this. And it was hilarious, but it wasn't Caitlin Clark. And then it was Maisha Hines-Allen going back and forth with Alyssa Thomas.
The league reviewed the technical foul after Clark's public comments, after the social media backlash, and after the sports world spent 2 days replaying the same 10-second clip. The WNBA was backed into a corner. Officials reviewed the call, the footage, and referee Gerda Gatling's decision to assess Caitlin Clark a technical foul for clapping her hands. Then they rescinded it. That word, rescinded, is the most important part of this story. Technical fouls are not routinely overturned. When the league rescinds one, it is formally acknowledging that the call should not have been made. In this case, the WNBA effectively admitted that one of its officials made a decision that fell outside the bounds of reasonable officiating. Clark asked for the review. She said the league should hear the explanation and decide whether the call was justified. The league's own review proved her right. That is what makes this episode significant. The debate is no longer just about whether the technical was questionable in the moment. The league examined the evidence and concluded that the foul should never have been assessed in the first place.
Clark, when she feels she deserves technical fouls, she'll come out in the press conference and say, you know what? I deserved that one. You know what? I earned that technical foul. She's done that on multiple occasions this year alone. But when we're slapping the stanchion rookie season and getting a technical, then she'll say, what are we doing here? When she gets a technical for clapping, lights on, lights off, the clapper. When she gets a technical foul for clapping, that's when she says.
But this is the part of the story that should concern anyone watching the league's growth in real time. Yes, the technical foul was rescinded. That brings Caitlin Clark's total back down to 4 technicals on the season. But the suspension threshold is 8, and with a significant portion of the season still remaining, she is only 4 technicals away from facing disciplinary action. The larger issue is that the underlying circumstances have not changed. The officiating crews assigned to Fever games remain the same. The standard being applied to Clark when she claps, reacts, or shows emotion on the court appears unchanged as well. At this point, the debate is no longer about whether the clapping technical was justified. The league has already answered that question by overturning it. The real question is what happens next game, next week, and for the rest of the season. If the officiating does not change, and if Clark continues to be judged by the same standard that has produced controversy throughout the year, then concerns about a future suspension are far from resolved. They have simply been postponed.
It's absolutely bananas. This league is a joke. Good job, Kathy. Regular foul, the tech was for clapping to the fans earlier. Who cares? Who cares? This is probably why Stephanie White doesn't challenge fouls concerning Cece. Even with video evidence, the refs are still going to go against Cece. It's so obvious.
This is the reality that the league, its executives, its officials, and its coaching staffs need to confront. Caitlin Clark is no longer just a basketball player. She has become the central figure in one of the most important growth periods in WNBA history. She is a major reason viewership numbers have surged. She is a major reason arenas that once struggled to fill seats are now selling out months in advance. She has helped bring unprecedented attention, media coverage, and national television exposure to the league. The WNBA's current momentum is real. The audience is real. The cultural relevance the league is experiencing right now is real. But moments like this are fragile. Growth can be sustained only when the people responsible for the product protect its integrity and credibility. In this case, referee Gerda Gatling assessed a technical foul for what was ultimately determined to be an inappropriate call. The league reviewed the play and rescinded the technical. Meanwhile, head coach Stephanie White's response left some observers feeling that the moment called for a stronger public defense of her player. Through it all, Caitlin Clark handled the situation the way she often does. She spoke openly about her concerns, asked for accountability, challenged the decision, and then returned to the court and helped lead her team to a win. That is why this story resonates beyond a single technical foul. It touches on larger questions about officiating, leadership, accountability, and how the league manages one of the most influential figures in its current era.